And welcome back. We're picking up where we left off last time in Songs of Six. Well, we're going to be waiting for furniture to go up. I probably could build more furniture production. Probably also put another pasture in here. As we grow, we're going to want more eggs. Yeah, I'm thinking of putting a pasture in there, so I'm not tempted to... So I know we're actually specifically probably don't want to put the carpenter. Again, we put more carpenter in here. So that's what we'll go for. Although they actually need more housing shortly. But yeah. Let's get that pasture in. Easiest way to do that is actually gonna be we'll build another one of you. So, and we'll stuff a gate in. And we'll need a couple huts, probably. So, that'll help with some making the eggs. In theory, we're still consuming more eggs than we're producing, so yeah, that'll be valuable to do. A little bit more production wouldn't hurt. That claims the good farmland there for the egg production. The access wise, we do have enough fish for furniture and wood for furniture. The other 4 bits of furniture is going to be a little more difficult. We don't have enough native stone to produce the stone-based ones. And the wood is used pretty heavily in improving various services, which we probably want to finish maxing out before we build the furniture version. Use furniture for furniture, yeah. There's a lot for 9 animals there, so pretty good. Oh, and we've got a decent number of workforce. That is an argument to grab some more charcoalers. Or not carpenters. Well, the heating is fine, so if we're still having issues... Saying 15 consumption? Maybe the consumption's not quite as bad as I'm predicting on these as far as charcoal goes. But yeah, the load is 100% on the bathhouses. So if I want more bathhouses, I need to probably just get more bathhouses. Yeah, it looks to be an access problem. Not a quality problem anymore. Which, yeah, just means more bathhouses. Although that does result in more charcoal issues, which maybe we don't want to deal with right now. And then more carpenters, obviously. Let's go for another carpenter. You can plop it there. I suppose we could make our own jewelry, our own mechanical gearworks. Herding. Oh, with the expansion in the herding, we're definitely warranted grabbing a little bit more on that with innovation. Here we go, that's probably good enough. Fishing at some point is going to want to be expanded, but... Well, the fishing needs to be expanded. It's not... put more skill into it. I think, where we're at. Basic refining. That's probably viable. You know, let's invest a little bit to as well. Okay, and then at that point, more expansion is expansion of the laboratory staff. And the knowledge. I have enough knowledge we can pick up Grand Temple. It's probably worth picking up Grand Temple. Yeah, let's pick up the Grand Temple. And then we'll save the remaining 97 after that for either going food stalls or 2, 3 hearts and, well, it'd probably be hearts. It's, well, either hearts or the dining. And yeah, at some point I'm going to have to build more housing. Who's got the carpenter assembled? Yeah, two more shrines to upgrade. And then probably be looking to build temples. I'm not sure how many temples we want to build. Might try to go for like 2. Do like 1 here and 1 over here and see how much coverage they have. Get away like 2 temples, that would probably be ideal. 2 large temples. Carpenter almost done. That'll provide us with 20 more carpentry jobs. What's the soil west of the town here? Oops. Till. Okay, so I don't mind building over the top of the till. We've got lots of till. And it's not the best of the soil types. Also got a lot of alluvium. In fact, this whole area in here is alluvium. And I'm thinking about that because we need probably want more housing. Let's go ahead and do a copy paste and get us another area of housing. Now that's going to require cut stone and furniture and such to build, because I just copy and pasted fully upgraded houses. But that should be providing decent housing, right? So it's 18 times 6. So it should provide over 100 housing. And obviously providing more housing will put more space in the city for us to continue to expand. It's part of the reason we want to do that. So I think the number up here, this number right here, 6, is how many raiders at large are appropriate size to attack us. Right, and I think they get bigger and bigger and bigger as you scroll down here, so... For a very long time, we were always going to have some raiders that are going to be willing to attack us. Although, if we get big enough, the smallest ones will just not be interested. That's why you see me every time we get a demand for payment to the raiders. I actually go check which raider it is. Because if we outnumber them, we fight them. If we are outnumbered by them, we probably surrender. And give them what they want, is the way we're sort of responding to that. At some point I may want to expand the hatchery. Basically double the hatchery in the schooling system. Because yeah, I think at the moment we're making 72 children a generation. And I think the city holds something like 30 generations, assuming they live all the way to their maximum expected lifespan. Although, based on our understanding of demographics, they're not living that long. They could live that long, they just don't live that long. So you could do the math right. 72 times 30 is less than our current population, so we're not actually making children fast enough to deal with normal population overturn. So immigrants is a requirement at this point to keep the population growing. Okay, so the copy and paste does not auto upgrade. I'll have to manually upgrade. Fair enough. So now that one's all the way upgraded. Solar housing's upgraded. We got space for another 100 or so. 121. I think I'm going to bring another 50 in now. Oh, and apparently that put us over 300 population, because this number doesn't quite include everyone, but this modifier here does. So again, that's 50 more innovation, 50 more knowledge, and some more workers. The place I was about to send some workers to was to get some more innovation by sending them to the laboratory, but now we don't need to do that. Yeah, the farming doesn't make sense. Lumberjacking probably would be if we were desperate for more wood, but we're not. Not to the basic tending. We'll take that one, and I'll say we'll take that one as well. That gives us a little bit more there. At some point we're gonna have to improve either, or expand either the docks or the vegetable farming, I think. Yeah, what I was about to spend, which was more on innovation, we don't need. Oh, pillars are also innovation as well. Sadly, our people do not care about pillars. Okay, and we're 31 short of the next shrine upgrade, although we have enough now that we could pick up the next tier in entertainment, or luxurious health, or wells. Wells, I think, is a health bonus. Architecture 5-5, which is speaker. Final tier on speaker as well. So definitely we got things to spend that knowledge on. Although we're not necessarily off to doing that right now. So in theory, we're making a decent throw on the furniture, which is good to know. Should hopefully get these shrines upgraded soon, and then we can queue up the, well, design and see how quickly it takes to build up the... I don't want to phrase it. The temples. I think we're going to go like 2 grand temples. I think we're going to do one for north of the body of water, the big body of water, and one for south. I think we'll put one in here. Is that an ore deposit? No, that's wild fruit. So we don't want to be on top of the wild fruit. I want to leave that empty. Because at some point we may want to harvest that to get fruit going so we can make spirits out of it. An influential merchant is feuding with one of your subjects. According to him, your citizen has gravely insulted him, his house, his gods, and even his ancestors going back 3 generations. As is usual for these things, the demand of recompense for these likely fictitious offenses is death. Since every subject made the details of the conflict public, which means siding with the merchant will not reflect well on you. On the other hand, a bribe has been promised for swift justice. So, like 500,000 and we lose a person, or publicly refuse. We'll publicly refuse with him, which is going to give us a temporary happiness bonus with our subjects. Public refusal was well received by our subjects, especially after you leaked the details of the offered bribe. Surprisingly, you received no trouble from the merchant. Okay. How's health looking? For 2? That's good. Again, you can see, as our population gets bigger, it's going to be held more and more against us, and we're going to require to have other health sources. Okay, the furniture is going to allow us to upgrade the next one. One more shrine to upgrade. Cost about... The full-size ones here cost like 600, just short of 700 to upgrade. Yeah, probably coming up on the point where we're going to start waiting to design... Well, we're waiting for the furniture, right? We get the next shrine upgraded, then we go and design the temples. We're going to build 2 temples. 2 fairly large temples. And hopefully have good enough coverage on them that they will be all we need. Plus the god we're planning on worshipping. Provides bonuses to the pasture and the veg farm. So, and oh, the herb farms. The herb farms are somewhat valuable. Maybe not as valuable as the Arthurianism buff. But the sacrifice for this one's more expensive. Suppose we could set it back up for exporting of meat again. Because we definitely have surplus of the meat. Logistics, export. So we'll put it down here. Hopefully I didn't cough in everyone's ears a couple months ago. Set this up as the meat exporter, so these guys can export to that location. Example pretty quickly. Got one last corner to build. Here we go. And then we want you to be meat. And I suppose we'll actually just export everything above 50 at this point. And we're waiting for that furniture. Again, for the last shrine, which is this shrine. Okay. Again, the accidents are just kind of a fact of life. There are ways to reduce them. But when everyone's reasonably happy, we've got other priorities to do. Oh, I have 150. Oh no, we picked up Grand Temple already, right? So I don't have the 180 to go to the last tier of Shrine. And we'd probably be better off with 2 upgrades rather than 1 upgrade, right? So we're probably better off with high entertainment, exquisite dining, rather than just the 1 upgrade. I do have an export depot set for exporting furniture, but I think we got that set pretty high. I don't, I need to get that fixed. Oop, that's the import depots recycling through. Export depot. Wood's operational, working pretty hard. Oh, I thought we set one for... This one's set there. Do I have to scroll to find it? Yeah, there we go. Yeah, negative 1,400 furniture. So, quite a bit of furniture to go. In law and order, am I providing enough stocks? Mostly. 86% of people are able to go to the stocks, so that's fine. Disease at our doorstep, okay. So that's a warning that we might get hit with a plague event. Doing executions of a bit. Okay, accident, that happens. Okay, another accident. Well, that happens. There is the next service upgrade. So with that, I think we're good. Start contemplating our temples. Let's turn the game speed down to slow, so we're not having a lot of time pass while we're working on this, in case something else goes wrong. Your temples to Crator. Again, our guys don't actually necessarily care whether the temple is square or not. So we just go for a nice big temple. We get a really big altar. I think people can walk on. It provides 336 services. Okay. Okay, so we need space in the temple, apparently, is a thing. So they need to just be spacious. And then everything else is providing grandeur. Oh, and decoration. So we got lots of different stats as far as the temple is concerned. Oh, that also provides decoration. Employee services, decoration. Provides grandeur. Oh, so there's both space and grandeur as the sheer size of the room. Okay. So you just want the room to be bigger. Okay. Bigger is better, apparently. That would be big enough. In fact, it's probably bigger than we need. Of course, I need to do some support pillars, so we'll see if this affects the grandeur too much. One situation where I think a square room would help. You know, let's just make it square. I need to make it a little bit bigger if I'm going to make it that square, so... You know, I'm going to put this in a different spot. Build the other one first. Yeah, big sand area. not the right soil. We're going to have foundation issues over here, but let's slap it over here. Or do I want it... No, we're going to slap it there. We're making it big. Like so. That should be big enough. Okay. And we got this is partially what I'm working on here is putting enough supports in and we don't have any supporting issues. So we're already paying 10% extra on this building due to basically building on a bunch of sand. I may build smaller temples than this one, if we need better coverage area. We'll have one really big one for the grandeur and other bonuses, and then we'll do smaller ones if they got coverage area issues. Trying not to misclick so that we can keep sort of the pattern of support pillars going. Oh, because of how I have the pattern going. Okay. Let's roll with that. So, that's enough to properly support the room. Obviously, we'll need some nice large altars in here. If this does have the coverage to cover the whole map, we'll need enough services here to service the whole map. Okay, so that provides, in theory, enough services for everyone in the town to come to the Grand Temple all at the same time. Hopefully they don't all need to be here at the same time, because that could become a problem, but we have the facilities. And to be fair, this is going to be... Oh, and that ate space. That ate a bunch of space. So we don't actually have enough space in here. Okay, so let's downsize a little bit. See if that works. Again, that's hopefully overkill. Go for reliefs next. This is a massive monumental architecture, which I suppose is appropriate for it being a temple. These are adding, just very slowly, to the decorations. This is a big building with a high service effectiveness, so hopefully this has a reasonably high catchment area. Otherwise, it's going to be a very expensive building that might not be providing quite enough benefit. Slowly. There's 66. So we'll finish off this pattern with the torches, and then we'll swap over to just decorations for decoration. Some of my pillars are off position. Oh, is a whole row of pillars off? Oh, not the whole row. Okay. Let's get that fixed before we miss it. So you're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong. So we move there, there, and there. Which means those torches are out of position. Okay. Back to decorations. Okay, so in theory, that's enough decorations. All we need to do is put some doors on our monumental architecture here, and we'll be good to go. There we go. I think that's probably enough doors distributed around the whole thing. And yeah, that's expensive, although other than the furniture, we can afford to build that, so... Tell it to build, we build it, and we see if it has a reasonably large catchment area. We're only building one temple this large. If we need more than one temple, they're gonna get little ones. Is all I'm gonna say. They get one big one, and past that, they need to accept that they're not gonna get such grandeur in all the temples of the realm. Okay, so that's the cheap portion of the building done. Now for the expensive bit. Derivative river runs. Nothing could have been done, it was the will of the gods. Let's hope our hospitals are well staffed, and that curfew can be issued to contain it. Okay, that's going to slow down the expansion of, or the construction of the temple. Although the health is pretty good, so we'll be able to just weather it from raw health. I say, so watch the population go to 5, the sick population go up to a 6th of the city, 5th of the city. So it is coming back down under control, although that might be due to just the corpses piling up. I'll have to do a pass on the graveyards to make sure the graveyards are, or the mass corpse pits are empty enough. Yeah, so basically I had enough supplies except for the furniture, and the furniture is the main thing we're expanding, right? So I have a feeling the graveyards are full. Just gonna slow that down a bit. Yeah, our graveyards are full. Okay, so we need some graveyards. Okay. Wait for those graveyards to get built, and hopefully that helps deal with the pile of corpses around town. Although we still have enough health care that corpses are being mitigated with just raw health care. And people are migrating back into the town to replace the casualties. Yep, so sickness is declining. That's good to see, although it's potentially due to everyone who got sick being dead. Corpses appear to be mostly under control at this point. Although, oh, there we go. A whole bunch of new graveyards come online, hopefully providing us with more capacity. Oh, and all the bits have been delivered to the temple. Well, in theory, we are net positive on eggs. So if I can find the import depot for eggs, we should swap that over to veg. That's an export depot, not an import depot. That's an import depot, so we'll find the egg one. We'll swap you over to veg. And then import like 10% of stock on veg. Just to make sure we got some for it to be distributed. Our people appreciate eating it, they don't appreciate storing it. Although we can technically get away with storing more eggs, but at this point that's looking like just having more warehouse, really, to store more eggs. Go up to a full 3,000 population. Provides us some odd jobbers. To be fair, the temple is going to take a bunch of workforce when it hires up. We get into the assembly. Here we go. Works 42 people. % decorations, 100% space, 100% employees, 100% grandeur. They haven't gone around to sacrificing anything, but they should be able to. Quality is improving as the services are being rendered. And what is the catchment area on this? It's going to capture most of the town. Oh, yeah. Okay, so in theory, if we ever put stuff in the top left corner out on the islands, we'll need mining temples for that. But the Grand Temple, the one Grand Temple, will be enough for quite a while. Now, granted, there's a backlog on the services, so it's gonna be busy for a while. It's got capacity for 3,260 citizens, is what it's suggesting. So we should have enough services here. Granted, no one, everyone in town needs to see the temple. So, yeah, religion goes spiking up. Much happier people. Plus, as the quality improves, we should receive more and more temple bonus, which will be nice. Quality at 100%. Services, again, oversaturated, but it should be able to supply the entire town given enough time. To catch up with the proverbial backlog, right? And yeah, with that, the next thing to do would be higher quality services. The last shrine upgrade is probably not worth it right now. It's probably not worth 2 upgrades, right? So we're better off doing, say, high entertainment and exquisite dining before we do the shrine upgrade. Extravagant well. What does the extravagant well require? It's expensive. Machine parts. So it requires a thing that we could technically make in town or import. A bit expensive to import. Granted, tools are a bit expensive to import. 1.2 thousand to import. Okay. Yeah, no, we're not importing machinery. We will make machinery. Also means that extravagant wells, I think, are low on the priority list. Hearth upgrade. Hearth upgrade is plausible. That would be too bad. The speaker upgrade, pretty plausible, wouldn't be too bad. Food stalls wouldn't be too bad. That's the other one, so that's... the wells are skipping or we're going to delay probably to be last. Architecture 5.5, luxurious hearth, those were doable. So we're looking stage. Yeah, so the stage would be the other one to check. Yeah, okay, so I think we're going to do the food stalls into probably the speaker. Although I think we'll leave that for next time. This is, I think, a good place to put a part break in with the benefits of the temple in the background. Well, we are getting decently rich. So we're sneaking up on the point where we might be able to negotiate that alliance with Novister. Did the monarch change? I think the monarch changed. I thought we lost a bunch from... Oh, the other bonuses we had, the other temporary bonuses we had went away. As I think what happened... Okay, so we're not in a state where we can negotiate a peace treaty anymore, or an alliance treaty anymore. We were getting close to that. That was about 2 million out. But yeah, I think we're going to continue improving the city, improving the size of the city, and the quality of its services. Although we'll probably be working mostly next time on quality of services. So if you're watching on YouTube, we'll have another part up tomorrow. If you're watching on Twitch, feel free to hang around. I'm going to take a short break here to get up, stretch legs, sip a little bit of tea, and then we'll be back to record one more part for today. So until the next bit, wish you all the best of luck and a good time. Catch you all in the next bit, and bye for now.